Okay, what I'm gonna do is, well, what I did already.
What did you do?
I separated the video into, I'm gonna try to do it in two. I didn't want to take out a bunch of stuff because some people do want to, go through the procedures on how to do this. So, and everybody else who doesn't really want to go through the whole procedure, just
do what you want.
Skip through it or whatever. I went ahead and in the last video, we started making the bottoms. I did a bunch of stuff off video, which I made all the stuff that, we're gonna hog ring to the bottoms of the seat with. This used to be like just a skimpy piece of stuff. I remade it in some vinyl, but it's all there. This one's ready to go on. The other one, it's about there. I just have to do the same thing, put the pieces on the sides and across the back and all that. Now, on the backs of the buckets, I have everything cut out. I already glued the pieces that go, the pleats in the middle. They're already ready. I just got to sew them up. These here I'm getting ready to do off camera. That way, there's a couple other videos I did that show, me doing gluing the stuff on the material. If you want to go back and watch it, I just don't want to waste a bunch of stuff, if we don't have to. It's already been seen in another one, and you can just go back and check it out there. But
what if we don't want to?
And it's either going to be in I think the motorcycle seat, any of the motorcycle seat ones, or the one I made, the food truck seat one. Or all of them. But if you just go back and skim through them, you'll find it where I'm gluing it on the foam there. So I'll do that off the camera, and then I'll bring you back when we're sewing up the stuff, the pleats and stuff. We'll do some of that on camera because we already did the bottoms of the bucket, so we know how all that went. So why waste it? I got all the piping made for the backs of the buckets. I just have to finish one. So yeah, I'll get this glued, cut out, and then I'll bring you guys back when we're doing a little bit of sewing on that stuff. And then when we do the full sew, I'll do one complete cover on the backs of the bucket. We'll sew the completely, one of them on there. That way you guys can watch that. And then I'll do the other one off camera. And then I'll bring you back once we're putting them all on the seats. So we'll kind of just break it up however we can there. And I'm gonna try to finish this off in this video. That way we don't have a third one. So yeah. I'll do this and I'll be back with you guys shortly. Thank you. Okay, we got all the piping done here. We got a whole big pile of it right there. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna get set up over there now, start sewing the pleated center sections together, and probably the outers, everything we can over there. Then we'll bring it back here to do all the piping and get these two back things sewed up so we can get these seats together. All right, give me a few and I'll get you over there, guys. Okay, let's go ahead and get these bad boys going. It's 5 per side.
That was fast.
We'll get these things sewed up real quick, and then we'll on these, you can see I don't have no kind of marks to line up or nothing. It's pretty cut and dry. They're all the same size. Some people will still do it, but it's probably good for if somebody has to take it apart in the future to get these back in order. But we'll do them on the sides for sure, because after these are sewn, we're gonna put this, I'll show you here in a minute. It's a pattern over the top of it so we can make a pattern out of it. You know what? I probably should have measured that.
Hand me the tools.
Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that's better. I got a little guide thing here. I had it set kind of tight. I wasn't quite getting a 1/2 inch out of it. I'm still guessing I need to probably measure that. Oh, there's one. Let me grab it. Let me grab a tape so I can set this. You want that 1/2 inch from the needle. That's gotta go a little more. So now when I go to do my top sew, I'm gonna have a issue on those. All right, I might have to fix those. I don't know yet. We'll see. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fix those.
I told you.
Because I don't have enough for my thread to catch on for my top sew. I'll do that off camera. I'll just take them apart and resew them real quick. The holes will be on the inside, so we're good there. I just put that thing back on yesterday and I forgot to set it. You don't necessarily need it, but I like it because it gives you a clean, straight edge. You can do it with just looking at it too, with the edge of your foot, you know what I mean? Put my little lights on here too. Need to get used to them. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and fix those real quick. I'll bring you guys back when we're top sewing these. Give me a few. Okay, I got that taken care of. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna do one of these on here real quick, or some of these anyways. I usually just use the edge of my foot over here on both sides when I do this, just so I can have some kind of a guide, you know. I hope I don't run out of thread. I've been sewing along. And then I'll flip it and use the edge of my foot for this side. That way it gives you a straight, you know, a straight line on both sides. Keep you going with something there. All right. So basically, you guys have seen it before. That's about it. I'm gonna go ahead and do that, both of these on both sides. That way we ain't gotta sit here on camera and watch that. Repeat it, repetitive.
Spit it out.
So yeah, give me a few and we'll get back to the sewing the outer parts to this, and then we'll cut out our template, because this center gets cut out of here once I sew these together. We'll put this on top, and then I'm gonna have to put a smaller strip up there just so we can get that cut out. So I'll go ahead and cut another smaller piece to make up for this piece here. So probably about a 3-inch piece for the top. I'll make that for both of them and sew them on there. And then when we come back, we'll put our sides on. Well, actually, we'll trim this out first, then we'll sew around it and put our sides on it. Because that was a one-piece thing when I took it apart. And I sewed down both sides so I could cut it. That way I can get my center pleats out of it. And then the outer parts are solid. You'll see as we do it. But yeah, I'll be back shortly. Okay, it goes like that. I believe we start up here. So you gotta pull your foam off a little bit and try to get this one lined up first. So the way I've cut this was, I added a 1/2 inch to this so it would fall back the way it was before I cut it. I'm also starting me a new bobbin, and it fell out. Okay, I gotta hold it while it gets going. I probably need to start it with no thread in this thing. That way, I need to put me another, build me a ledge like I got on my other one over there. Gotta keep these even. And they're falling good. I guess I could drop well, it's not that much. I'll have to readjust it. I ain't gonna go through all that. I'll just watch my edge, keep it straight as I can. As long as you get it where it's landing about the same all the way through, usually you won't have any problems. Okay, oops. So what we got, essentially, this is the way it was before I cut it. Now it follows through. It just follows through this whole thing. So when we sew in the head bolster, or we'll probably put our piping on here first. I don't know which one. I may put the piping on that because I think it follows through the back. Yeah, I think that's how we'll have to do it. But then our cover will be all together. All right, let me get this back one, or the other side on. Yeah, I really need to get my little ledge right here. It's so helpful, especially when you got stuff on the bottom side of which almost everything you sew will, like lips, and it'll catch on that edge right there. So you gotta keep it lifted up a little. And just right out on this corner. Okay. All right, good. Let's go ahead and get our other one sewed. I'm gonna do just this part here as far as both, and then what we'll do is we'll finish the complete cover for that one, and then I'll do this one off camera because that'll just be flat out too much. I mean, we'll have a couple hours and just sewing this stuff. Even if I try to edit out a bunch of it, it's still gonna take too long. So this is the only thing I'm gonna do on this one, just because I want to get it on here, just so it's on. There's another upholstery station or YouTube channel I've been following. It's called, I want to give him a little shout out. He does some pretty cool stuff on there. It's Old School Upholstery, and I think his name is Rodolfo. But Rodolfo, I want to give you a shout out, buddy. He came over and visited my channel. Hopefully we can visit each other all the time, because I think what happens is once I get going with YouTube, if other channels visit you, you also get to make an earning off of them visiting your channel, and he will too. Just off of me visiting, not like if I bring some of my people there. Of course that will too, but and just to make it all clear, we are doing this for a business, and to show people, you know, how-tos and stuff the best we can, the way we do it, you know. We're just showing you the way we know. I'm sure there's thousands of other ways and way more channels out there, and that's what you have to go through and see which ones you like the best, or maybe get some from everybody. But yeah, I urge you to check his channel out.
I dare you.
He does some pretty cool stuff. It's Old School Upholstery. I'll try to put a little link in there, but I just wanted to give him a little shout out. He seems like a pretty good guy. I don't know where, he may be in California or somewhere. I'm not quite sure, but he does a lot of cool stuff and shows a lot of things. So he's been doing it, you know, longer than me, obviously, the upholstery work and the YouTube channel. So there's things I can learn from him, and maybe some things he can learn from me. Just people, like I said, people do things differently with everything, not just upholstery. You know, mechanics do. You can go to do something on your car, and somebody will say, "Yeah, you're doing that wrong." No, I'm not. That's the way I've always done it, and it's worked for me. It's just the way you've, you know, done it. So, same with this. And there's stuff on there I'm sure he does differently than I do, and vice versa. But shout out to my boy Rodolfo. All right, so these are on. Like I said, I'm only going to finish the one. Now I got to set us up over there. Well, the way I've done it, I think I've mentioned it before in the video. I'm going to keep this machine set up where all my straight stitching, and then I got that one set up with the welting foot, so we can run all of our piping and stuff on that. So that way I ain't got to change foots and stuff. And usually I have the same amount of thread I can put on both machines if I'm running. You know, usually on a welt you could run black. It doesn't matter anyways, because you're never going to see the thread nohow. Unless you're sewing loose, which you should adjust your machine and your ways. So, all right, I'm gonna get set up over here. Okay, first thing we're gonna do is get this bottom on it. Then we'll go back over there to the other machine where we can do the welt. Try to get these lined up here. I try to open up my seams on the bottom so it's flat when you sew across it. Less material build up. This also gets I'll show you in a minute. I gotta get used to these lights. I keep on hitting them. They're actually in the way a little bit, but even my other big light I was hitting all the time. But I do like these, they are brighter. All right, now we have to sew this part here. This gets a piece of rod through it, which will hog ring right down that. I'm just trying to. Okay. I'll show you what I mean here. So, through that little slot right there, you'll get a rod thrown through it, and then we can hog ring through this to the back of the seat. All right, I'm gonna set all this up over there so we can get the rest of it put together. Our piping and the rest of the tops and the sides and all that. We're getting ready to button these things up. All right, give me a few. All right, we're gonna go ahead and put these ears on first and try to get them lined up here. These are gonna be kind of tough. I probably should have done this on that other machine. Probably would have been easier. I'm doing it with let's see how it goes. Try to keep those flat. Yeah, might be all right. A lot of people just use the piping foot for everything, but yeah, I think we'll be all right. I can sew that around on my, yeah, okay. This one will start this way. It gets tougher and tougher as the bigger it gets. The bigger the cover gets. That should go up there. Yeah, these are actually pretty difficult seats to do because of this top headrest, or the back headrest that it has on it. But those are our little sides to that. All right, okay. Let's go ahead and put our piping on this one first. Get it out of the way. I'm gonna leave a little extra out here. Try to open that one up. Put some relief cuts in this thing. Try to get this one, see if I can't open it that way a little bit. Try to keep that straight with my top sew there so it looks good when the seat's all done. You can buy piping already made, usually to the color that you get in your vinyl. Most of the time they have it in that color too, the piping. Or you can go with black if you'd like, if you know, or white, whatever you think is gonna look better for you, or just make your own, like I always do. I think I've only bought maybe one, and the whole time I've done, oops.
Get it together.
And the whole time I've done upholstery, I think I've only done one where I bought just one already made. And I think it was like a red or something easy. No, I think it was like a blue. It was on an old 50s car I done for a guy and his wife. It was a big old boat. See what those relief cuts do? It goes with the flow a lot nicer, easier. These are the times here when you don't want it to run out of thread. That's when it sucks.
That sucks.
That's when it sucks. All right, we got that one done. Now we'll put our one down the side. You can see how this is looking already. If you guys can see that, let me go down a little bit. Pretty cool, actually. They're gonna look pretty nice on there. All right, let me get our sides on. You know, this here, like I said, that's gonna be for our, to hog ring it to the back of the seat. Cut these little ears off. Open that up. The scissors there are kind of dull. All right, got that one on. Put our other side on. That'll be our last of our piping. I leave a little bit like that because you don't know where that's going to end in the seat back there once you're putting it all together. So it's better to have a little extra than to realize that you cut it too short. Stay open. Yeah, back in the like 80s and 90s, we used to do these, like we would do these in white. Everybody was getting into more two-tone stuff, and it still is a little bit here and there, but a lot of the people have gotten a little, how should I say it, they've calmed down. They're not, they're plain and simple now. Just one color, just, you know, which is cool. All that's cool. Now they work good, the scissors. I don't know. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get this thing on. This is gonna be the hard part here. These things are a beast. Let's just get with it. And it's tougher because I used the 1/2-inch sew foam instead of 1/4 inch. I should have put thinner, but on the old one it had the 1/2 inch, but they used cloth. See, everything's a lot smoother, easier, should I say. Vinyl is just around these small churns and all these churns, it's a lot tougher to work with. Woo! That is getting tight. I hope I'm actually, let me stop this and check it. You want this to come up even when you're on your other end. And I think my centers, I don't know if that's gonna fall right or not. Let me see what it does here. Try to walk it out and see. This is gonna be tough to do. I got it marked on the end here. Try to kind of see where, if it falls over here. That might be so tough to do. Yeah, my marks are not the same in it, but on the end, I got it marked. I'm just a hair shy. So I'm gonna take this back a little bit and pull on it some and not wait till I get all the way to the end. I'm just gonna take it back right to this churn. That way I can give it a little stretch and get my center where it needs to be at. Right about there. Okay. Clean this stuff out. This is good stuff for you guys to see too, because what's going on here is you want this thing in the center after it's all sewed. You don't want it crooked, and it can happen if you don't have marks in the right area, which this one didn't, because I made the center and the sides myself. So I kind of went off of what was there and make my thing out of it, but I said, you know what, let me just go ahead and measure the ends and make them even back here where they're going to end up, and I'll kind of fall where I need to fall. So what I'm going to do here is put my mark in the center. That way, get it close anyways. Let me get my tape measure. About 6 and 6. I know I marked that pretty good. All right, now let's get her locked back in right here, right in the bad area, right in the crappy area. Ooh, that is so thick. I need to get my pressure foot up just a little. I gotta adjust it up a little higher. I need to go into this machine and give that a little adjustment, just for thicker stuff like this. All right, now let's start get these things out of here. Giving it a little bit of a pull and push on the bottom, just to get me where I need to be at here. Try to catch my old holes too. I don't want to show that. We're close. I think I can make up for it over here. Hopefully we're all right. I think we might be. Yeah, because this corner's falling better now. That's what made me think about it. It looked like it wasn't falling where it needed to fall, like the other side. You gotta literally fight this stuff. Yeah, this is one of the main reasons I wanted to do this seat. Yeah, that's falling right where we need it, right here on this little cut. Because I wanted you guys to see the difficultness of this.
Man, that's hard.
This is probably going to be one of the harder things that somebody can show you in upholstery work, going around a high back bucket headrest, and with the thick foam or foam, yeah, and all the cuts and churns. Yeah, I think we got it straight. Good. Let's flip it inside out and give it a look-see, just to make sure. Having to pull that apart would suck. I've done it plenty of times too. You guys can see that? Yeah, we're good and even. Yeah, see, I mean, look at all that. Look at all that stuff you have to do. That's a lot of work. You know what I mean? That's a lot of, and have to get that straight, you know, get everything in line. It's tough. The thicker it is, the harder it is. All right, let's get our sides and put them on. Give me 1 second. Okay, I was getting ahead of myself. I had to sew in the cords there for the hog rings, and on the very back and on the sides there. So I got them on real quick. I just did them that way we didn't have to sit there and watch all that. But now let's try to hit our stuff. Hopefully I can get this one right where I ain't got to take it off. Yeah, I just use these old ones off the old covers because I don't have them that thick. I would have had to make it out of welt piping and like vinyl. So I just decided to take them off of that one. Ain't no biggie. Hopefully we hit all these marks. There's the first one. They're all coming in real close. I'm hoping we're good there. Got another one here. And the last one here. Well, actually there's one at the bottom too. We'll get some more churning to do. Close on that one, but I think now that we're good on our other ones. These scissors suck. All right, let's see what we look like here. And then what I'll do is I'll do the other side off camera, and then what I'll do, I'll get the other cover ready, and then I'll bring you guys back when we're putting them on the seats, because everything will be done at that point. But all I got to do is just put this last side on that other side there, and then I got to do the same thing to the other seat. Yeah, I think we're looking good here. So here's what it looks like. If you guys can see, there's our, let me bring that up a little. Okay, there's the side we just put on. Here's the things I had to add on for our hog rings. No, I can't think today. And then the very bottom one here, it goes and gets tucked under too. I think there's one that goes on this too for a hog ring, maybe. I gotta look. No, there isn't. So they're just basically putting it up in there. This is where some bolts come through, and they're tucking that or gluing it or something. I'll see what they done there. And yeah, that doesn't look like there's anything else going on there. And then I'll put the other side on, and I'll get the other cover ready. We'll go ahead and get these seats together. But we're done. We're just about there. Good. All right. I'll bring you guys back once I get these done. The other one's about ready. It just needs the sides put on it and those back things I just added to this for the hog rings. So I'll bring you guys back here probably within about 20 minutes. Your time about 2 seconds. Okay, we're all set with the covers. I was just showing a couple clips there where I was putting on this the edging, you know, cleaning up these with that. See if you guys can see that up there a little bit. It just cleans the edges up real nice. And then here's what I'm gonna do with these. I'm gonna try to glue these down in here a little bit, the wire and stuff. Clean that up, and then I'm gonna build some of this foam up here. We'll glue it on there, we'll clean it up, you know, cut it down some, grind it up, whatever we gotta do, and then we can start putting these covers on. Because we can't have that stuff poking through the material. So I'm gonna try to get that down as much as I can, glue that over or something like that. Okay, so yeah, that was the stuff we did. I showed a little bit on the video there. We finished the bottoms up with the rest of the stuff for the hog ringing. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and glue these up. Okay, I'm just going to try to bring this up over that wire. That way we'll build it up with that other padding I got. Just to close it up some, that's all. I mean, this stuff is just, it really needs, these seats probably needed new foam, to be honest with you. Here's a, I'm going to have to do something with that. I'll probably have to try to bend it up. Yeah, I need to bend that up or down. Probably down, okay. Yep, it's got a broken spring in it there. I'll bend that down just so it ain't coming through the seat. And then what we'll do with this, we'll take these, we'll glue these up. I'm going to put it on both sides, even though that side doesn't really need it, just to kind of make them both even. You know what I mean? Yeah, at least we'll have something. At least we'll have something there. It's, like I said, it is kind of bad. Let me go grab some needle nose and try to bend those down.
Damn, that was fast.
I'm going to try with these first. Actually, this one goes, no, it goes down. There we go. Okay. And then these will go down. We'll give these a little bend down. Yep, there we go. Now we won't have nothing pushing through our material, through our covers, I mean. Let me put that straight edge down there. Yeah, believe me, this will be 10 times better than what they was. I wanted to just do something with them. I'll try to leave a little down here. Stick this other one on real quick. Yeah, that'll be good. That already feels so much better where that was all crappy. Plus we have, I believe, yeah, our top parts of our cover have also a 1/2 inch of foam, of so foam. So we got this 1/2 inch and we got that 1/2 inch. They should be a lot better than it was. Like I said, I'm also going to try to hit that with the grinder just a little bit. Probably doesn't need it, to be honest with you, but I'll try to give it a little bevel there. Yeah, that's already so much nicer.
If you say so.
Yeah, they feel way better. I mean, way better. Good. Okay. Go ahead and get this other one on. Well, here's what I'll do, because we already seen it on the one. I'm gonna go ahead and glue these up, put them on, and clean them a little bit with the grinder, get them all ready. I mean, maybe I can come back when I'm grinding them at the end there. I'll show you how I feather that in, just so you guys can see that. And then we'll start attaching our covers. So give me about 50, well, I'll be back with you shortly. Okay, I put through some before and afters of the backs of them, but here we go. If you can see, I just kind of feathered it in. That's all I done, was just feathered it all in, just to get it to, you know, form the. But that is just so much nicer now that that's, you know, not with that stuff sticking out, the wires and the crap. And then here's these one more time. They turned out really good, really good. So we'll go ahead and get our stuff ready. I might try to get some plastic and wrap around it. It just moves a little better. I gotta find it. I think I got some like cellophane stuff. I'll just kind of mist a little glue and glue it to it. That way the outer parts of it's slick on all of it, on every piece there. I'm gonna look for that here now in a minute, and then I'll get them on there. I'm just gonna, like I said, I'm just gonna mist a little glue on there, wrap them, wrap these, same with the bottoms, just enough to where it'll slide. And then I'll bring you guys back here real quick. Give me a few. Now let's see if we did the right thing here. No. You know what we should have done was hog ring the back.
I think you're wrong.
Maybe the top one flip that over. Oh boy. Okay guys, we was doing it right the first time. So essentially, you gotta walk this baby on. Like I said, it's been a long time since I've done one of these. And it is a bear. Once again, this is why. But I got the first two hog rings on. This is on across the top. And I'm starting to stretch and pull. It is not fun. So I'm just trying to keep this tight in here and get my next one. Let's see. We'll try to do it right there. Yeah, this is yeehaw, buddy. Not a lot of fun. I'll tell you that. I will tell you that. And I'm sure there's a couple of upholstery guys out there watching this and saying, I've been there and done that time or two. All right, let me get this one. See, I'm trying to keep it tight. Ah, it slipped off. Yeah, I'm trying. Come on now. Trying to keep it tight and right. Let's see if we can get one right. I'm trying to see where my other one's at. Okay, let me try to get one here. Ah, did I get it? Nope, damn it. Let's try it again. It's a good thing about hog rings. You can use as many as you want. They ain't going nowhere. All right. Yep, I got it. Good. Walk the dog. Feed it. All right. This side seems easier to me because I think what am I doing here? Did I get it? I got it on something. It's coordination, you know what I mean? Left hand, right hand. It does feel easier for me, doing it. I probably don't need to put 100 in here, but
Do what you gotta do.
like I said earlier, I want it to stay wrinkle free, so I don't think, man, I put it in the wrong spot. Okay, I know you're right there. I know you're there.
Come out, wherever you are.
Yep. I think that's it. Yep, that's it. Now, we'll feed these babies over. Holy guacamole. That's what it's all about, man. Being aggressive with it. All right. Yeah. I tell you what, and it does look nicer that we added that new foam, and it feels better. It does feel better than through here.
This feels so good.
Of course it would. Woo! Man, that thing's whooping my butt. All right, let me get some on the top here. Try to shift that where it's a little centered. And then we can bang it around here in a minute with our hands. Oh man, like I said, not fun. I don't think there's anything right here. No, that's for this one. We can clip that with it though. All right, so now what we're gonna do, we're gonna start with, I'm gonna try to hook, get one right in here, and catch that. Where you at? There you are. And then there'll be your next one. Okay, let me try to get something going over here. Kind of trying to walk it all down. Actually, I'm gonna get one right here first, just to hold it. Maybe another. Man, like I said, this is a bear. Yeah, and we got a cover that goes on this. Once we get some shifting around, steaming action, all that good stuff going. Well, we must have done something right, because there's our bolt holes. If you could see that up there. There's one, there's two. So we're there. Just got to do some, like I said. Yep, and once we get this one down, yep, we're there. I didn't have a hog ring ready. You almost got to be ready for that. Not almost, you do. Yep, right there. We're in this facility. Okay. Jeez, guys, I'm I am burning up from this.
Okay.
I think we'll do one here. And this will go. I need to actually, that's got to go like that. And then we'll catch it, both of these, because we still have this one. Let's see. I guess we can do another one here. It ain't gonna hurt nothing. Another one here. Okay. Now this bad boy goes over that, and we'll hog ring it there and there. These can get tucked. We'll do that one there. I need to get my cover and see exactly where this stuff is gonna go, or do, or both. Once I figure that out, I'll know what to hog ring where to finish it. Probably something like that. But I think we got to get our, I might have to pop these two back out because I got to put my my bracket in there for it to hook to the bottom. But we have one cover on. It's going to need hit around, steamed a little, worked and worked.
A good massage.
But once we do that, you can see it's gonna start fitting nice. You see it that way too. Yep, we'll get all this stuff steamed out where it's looking good. Looking pretty good. It really is. I mean, for a fighting bear, thing whoop my ass. All right, let me get these arms ready. Actually, I'll bolt them on there real quick off camera so they're on, and then we'll know where they stick out at. You know, for these loops, how they got to wrap around it and what's got to go there, because they'll come through that, and then we can tighten these up. And I'll get my cover and see where it goes. Yeah, but these holes are right there on both sides, so the cover is in the right place. Yeah, we'll get it looking good. Massage it out. Yeah, those things are hell putting on. Jeez Louise. All right, let me do that. Let me get those on. I'll bring you guys back here in a little bit. Okay, so I've done a couple things off camera. They used to be blue, so I took the little strips off and painted them. All I use is, and I've been doing this for years, some of you guys are going to think I'm crazy, some other upholsterers, but it does work. I've done it for years. It's a car paint, urethane car paint. I just use the base coat. I prep this plastic real good, and I use acetone, and when you spray it, it bites into it super nice. I mean, I haven't had one problem in all the years I've done it. So it does work. And you can mix up a small amount in the spray gun, spray it, everything, it covers quick, and that's it. But these are, I probably should have showed you guys before, but I'm just in a hurry. I want to get this video done. But if you want to see something more like this, stuff like this being done, just let me know in the comments, and I'll make sure to do some of that next time on, you know, some of the plastic. But yeah, I just cleaned them. They was real dirty and crappy. They were blue to match the old, I'll show you one of the old seat covers. It was real nasty. He can maybe find some of this new chrome stuff. I don't know. These ain't that bad. I mean, for the most part, that's got some little crumblies in it, but I mean, they are. It is what it is. You know, it's what we have to work with. But they turned out real nice. This one's missing a thing, but I'm sure he can maybe order some stuff and try to, you know, get it. But anyways, that's that. Let me show you this cover, the old cover, so you can kind of get an idea of what these seats used to look like. Here's what they were. They were an old dingy velour from back in the 80s. That's the 80s stuff there. That's the good old 80s. So who knows how many dogs and mice and I don't know what else is use that as a restroom. All right, so then I wanted to show you, get these out of the way. This thing here, so we didn't have to take apart these hog rings again. This goes on the outside of it, and then our cover goes right around that. And then it bolts to the, I don't want to put it on yet, but anyways, you got to pull it apart, put it on there. I'll try to do some of it here. You got goes up a little higher. Right around in there. Yep, right there. There's how it goes. Screws there and there. Got a little ashtray here. That just shows you how old these are. But I mean, they're going to be a nice bucket. That's going to look good. You know what I mean? It is going to look good. So what we'll do is I'm going to go ahead and cover one more bottom. We don't have to do the other top on camera for what reason. And then we'll put together one seat completely with the plastic and all and get a finished product, and that'll be the end of the video. So let's go ahead and jump right on to the other hog ringing. You just pick whatever one of these, it don't matter. Yeah, and this stuff here really made a difference on that cover there, so I'm sure it's going to do the same for this. It really did. I mean, it wasn't like I wasn't going to do it, you know. It needed it. There was no getting around it. I mean, there was wires hanging. I had to bend stuff down. It feels good now. There's nothing poking. It's got a good, you know, density to it. This is, I don't remember what density the green is, but I got it from somewhere. Maybe even Joann's, I don't know. If I gotta get something on the fly, that's what I get. One more thing I want to just bring out here. Some people say that you can't use the vinyl on the bottoms of stuff to pull and hog ring with. As long as you put piping in it, some kind of a wire sewed into it, never had an issue with, just to let you guys know. But it is nicer to use something that doesn't stretch, so you can go ahead and, you know, pull tight. But this pulls good too. Don't think it don't. I'll show you here in a minute. So I've used that forever, just a scrap piece. And you see what they had on the bottom of that one I showed you guys a minute ago. It was like paper. It was I don't even know what it is. It's worse than this stuff here. I mean, this is not worse, but I'm saying it was, you know, it wasn't much to brag about. So, okay. So I know we got one in the back here, and it goes in this area. So we'll start hog ringing right here. Yeah, and on those backs, like I said, I haven't done a set of buckets like this in years, you know, where you know would slip with the hog rings. Usually it's like a you slide it over the headrest and you put this like Velcro down in the seams where the hog rings go, and you just Velcro it on the way down, and it's so much easier, and it does stay together. It don't come apart, and especially as you lean on it and sit on it. But the hog rings are stronger. I'm not going to argue that, but the other way is much easier. And I did have material to do it like that. I just didn't want to get into all that and changing it around at the last, you know, at the last minute. I need my other hog rings, pliers. But yeah, and I'm sure in the history of this channel, I'll be doing some that has that stuff in it, the like Velcro. I'm sure a day will come. But and most other buckets, you know, those are probably the most difficult kind, should I say, you know, where the headrest is part of it and you got to hog ring it all the way down. Yeah, these seats are not funnest to do. The bottoms are nothing, you know, they're all right. Those things there, I'm gonna leave that to where I can just stretch on it a little bit. Yeah, also one of these seats are missing the track. I looked and looked and looked, and my son-in-law said when we got them, never had it. One of them didn't have it, so I don't know if where the customer got them, they took them off and didn't, or something, or he's got it somewhere else or what, but I was sitting there looking for no reason. I mean, I wasted probably an hour and a half last week looking for it, and I called him. I was like, hey, do you remember where that's at? And he was like, never was on it. And I was like, I wish I'd have called you first. I just killed so much time. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and get a couple of these. I need to probably put these on my other hog rings. That's the reason why I don't like these. My spring is gone, or bad in those. Yeah, this is getting, as soon as you touch it. And there's really no, when I was talking about that, the back to this bucket, there's really no like written in stone way to do it, but it's whatever way you can get it on there. But it does have a, I said that wrong. You do have to start at a certain area, but as far as like how you put which way you're going to put or which side you're going to put your hog rings in first and all that don't matter. It's just you do have to start at the top, put the one below the headrest, and start going down each side with your hog rings and flipping it over. And I should have remembered that. I don't know what my phone's doing. Hope it ain't the video. Keeps on glitching. Get one on this. Actually, you know what? So I got to get them all flipped over first. Kind of a strange deal, actually, that there's no area underneath for the hog rings to go. Massage that out some more as we're doing it. Actually, this one goes back there. Probably should have had that ready. Let's just start. Okay, now this is probably going to need recut where my bolts are going to go, I'd say. I don't think they're in a perfect spot. It is a little different. Yeah, I can make those after. Actually, we'll start up here, work our way back. Yeah, I didn't use no templates. I made my own because I didn't know. This is going to get aggravating. Yeah, I didn't know what that was, the old one was about. My son-in-law took it apart and I thought they were all trashed. I had no idea that it was still where we can make templates from it. Had I known that, we'd have took them apart and did that, but did not know. You see, that's plenty with that. As long as there's something in there in the material to where it won't come through it, you're good. I'm gonna go over here, started. Don't fall out on me. We'll heat this and move it around and stretch it around and do our thing with it once we get them on. Yeah, see, that's not in the right spot. I'm going to have to trim that out or kind of move it around as I'm heating it. As long as our sides look good and fronts, the bottom's going to be nobody's going to be getting underneath the seat to look at that. Let me take a peek here. I mean, they're gonna actually look pretty good. We'll get all this nice and they feel good. These all feel good. Yeah, no matter how much you push on it, it all feels good. Okay, like I said, I'm gonna go ahead and button that up. I'm gonna put the tracks on it and bolt the back to it and kind of get it together where I can show you guys how and what went where, and then we'll clean it up and show you the final product and put an end to this video. I'm gonna try to button those up right now here shortly and then come back to you guys so we can finish this thing up, wrap it up today. All right, be back shortly. All right, guys, we got that together. Looking pretty good. I think he really does need to go and get a couple new pieces for these chromes, just make it look nicer. I mean, this side's broke. It's missing. The other seat has both, but still not in the best shape. The chrome is chipped. I'd say if he looks good enough, hard enough, he can probably order some somewhere, but that's all it needs replaced on him. The rest of the seat is, you know, nice other than that. So if he can get the new chrome for it, somebody may have an aftermarket stuff for it, or he may even find a junkyard out west or somewhere that may have it. In fact, if you watch this video and you are an upholsterer or you live out that way, out west, or you know, Texas, Cali, wherever, and you think you might know of a place, please put it in the description. But here's the back seat. I never showed it other than a picture. That's the bottom. That's the bottom of it. And then here's the top. We're running out of room. There's the top. So they turn out pretty good. I mean, for being an old cloth material deal, however you want to put it. But so yeah, I'm gonna do a little steaming on them. Just, you know, get them a little tighter like we do the bike seats and stuff. Other than that, I'm gonna have them look for some chrome, and that's about it. Once again, guys, I appreciate the likes, the shares, the subscribes. There's some new subscribers on there. Thank you guys so much. I hope you hang on and stick around for the long haul. There's been a couple people asking to do more upholstery videos. We will. There's a lot of things I got in mind planned that I want to do, which we will. There's a couple projects in the shop I need to finish up that have been here for a couple people that I need to get out. So I'm gonna try to work around that, and at the same time making, you know, videos for you guys and work my morning job. So, but it'll all work out. Yeah, thank you so much, you guys. I really appreciate this. You have no idea how much. Until the next one, guys, I really appreciate it. Thank you.